Are you seeing a breakdown in the so-called Uniteam, Senator?
Yes, Karen, to the tune of about 98-99%. Bakit may naiwang 1-2%? Dahil nagpunta muna si Vice President Sara sa Luneta bago siya nagpuntang Davao. So may konting tira pa, may naiiwan pa. Pero dahil sa presensya niya sinabi, maanghang na salita. Hindi man nagsalita si Vice President Sara, although baka hindi ko na lang inabutan. Maanghang na salita ang binitiwan ni Pangulong Duterte, ni Mayor Baste, ni Congressman Pulong sa kanyang presensya na hindi naman niya pinagtanggol ang Pangulo at hindi naman niya pinigilang magawa o sabihin. Sa mga 98-99%, Karen. And it all began as you have seen. Nung nag-propose si Pangulong Marcos ng confidential funds para sa OVP at DepEd, di ba budget niya yun eh. Siya yung nag-submit ng budget na yun. Kakampi naman niya ang speaker. Majority coalition ay hawak niya. Pinsan pa niya ang speaker. Bakit tinanggal yon nang hindi man lang din siya pumapalag o pumoposisyon unless pinayagan niya? Dalawang bagay yun. Pinayagan niyang tanggalin, sumang-ayon siyang tanggalin, o di na lang niya pinakialaman at hinayaan na lamang ang Kamara at ang Senado ang gawin yun. Pangalawa, Karen, nung pumosisyon si Vice President Duterte laban sa peace talks, laban sa amnesty, wala ring naging kasagutan o katugunan mula sa Pangulo doon. Ngayon sa bagay na ito, ang panawagan ni Pangulong Duterte, gayon din siguro ako, sasang-ayon ako doon, is for him to rein in the speaker, for him to rein in not only his political ally, not only his fellow member in the coalition, but also his first cousin. I hope he will not simply shrug his shoulders and look the other way as if nothing is happening. Right now, it's only the speaker being pointed to at this point in time as responsible for it. But at some point, tatamaan, babalingan tulad ng ginawa ni Pangulong Duterte sa rally at aabutan na rin siya. Maliban na lamang kung poposisyon nga siya. His silence will always be interpreted as acquiescence. I hope he will not remain silent on this issue and nothing simply happen at the risk of creating instability in our country, even perhaps of his own administration. I hope that will not happen because that will really be bad for our economy. That will really be bad for our people. And the poor will only get poorer if that situation should explode.
All right. Now, you said you want the president to rein in on the speaker, who is also his first cousin. That's the same sort of statement that Senator Coco Pimentel said when I asked him, what's your message to the president? My message to him is to speak to his cousin and say, stop all this foolishness. Yun yung mensahe niya. But when you rein in on someone, it appears that person is in control. Are you saying at this moment in time that the speaker has more power or is running things already beyond possibly the president's?
Well,
go ahead.
Clearly, Karen, legally and constitutionally, the president is by far more powerful. Unless he lets people with less power, less stature and position do the things that they want to do and by silence or acquiescence is able to do so. That's the only time people of lower positions become or seem to become more powerful than the president himself, who should be the most powerful official in our country. Doon lang naman nagkakaroon ng poder yung mas mabababa ang pwesto. Kapag ka pinapabuelo ng mas makapangyarihan, hindi nagsasalita yung mas makapangyarihan, o binabaliwala ng mas makapangyarihan.